I'm going to change the Petcock on the 2005 Kawasaki Eliminator. If you don't know what a Petcock is, it's the apparatus here that sends the fuel from the gas tank to the carburetor with the adjustment. So you have your on reservoir, or a reserve rather, and prime. So mine's leaking where the diaphragm is, which is going to be, you can see where that little white piece of plastic is. There's a rubber diaphragm that kind of lets the air in and out, and that's kind of ripped, so they really don't sell them by themselves. So I had to buy a whole new one if I wanted to get a new one of those, pretty much, which stinks, but I don't know. I mean, I got it as a gift, so that's cool. So the first thing you want to do before you take off the Petcock is drain the fuel out. So what I'm doing here is draining the fuel into a gas can, and you're gonna want to take the hose out that goes right to the carburetor right there. So this black hose is gonna be right there. You pull it off, and then you put it into a container. It's not gonna freely flow until you put it to the prime position, like that. So if it's to the left on the on position or to the right, it needs a vacuum to suck the gas through. So put it to the prime and it'll flow out freely into the container. So I'm gonna do that. I was thinking about taking the gas tank completely off, but I don't think I'm gonna have to do that because the screws are just right there. There's one there, and slip it in and put the new one on. This is the new one here from bikebandit.com. It was pretty expensive. They wanted 87 bucks for this thing, so that kind of sucks, but brand new. So this is the new one. You can see how nice that looks, but it's exact OEM part, same thing. This part goes up into the gas tank. So that there's two hoses, because this is going to be your reserve line, and the taller one is going to be your normal line. So if you're on just regular on, which it is right now on the left, it's going to suck the gas from the higher one. If the gas gets below that and you're still on the on, it's going to stall out on you until you turn on the reserve, and then it'll start sucking from here. So it's just a safety feature to give you some more miles so you can get the gas and kind of know you're going to be running out soon. So this is the new one, just pops right on, and you can see right here the little black, it looks like a black line going around the whole thing. That's going to be that rubber diaphragm that's ripped on the old one here. So it's just too bad I couldn't just buy one of those, but this will be fine. And all you got to do is slide it in, put the new screws on, attach the fuel line, and then there's the vacuum hose, this back hose here, that goes right back there. Okay, I drained out all the gas from the prime position, because I'm pretty sure it's gonna drain all the way to there. So when I take this off, it might leak a little bit. So put a towel or a rag underneath so you can catch some of the gas. And I'm gonna turn this to the on position now, so it'll stop leaking if there's anything in there. Okay, so now I'm just gonna get the screwdriver, undo a screw here on the left and on the right, and it should pop right off. It's kind of the only reason I wanted to take off the tank. If you feel like taking off the tank, you can. It's just gonna be a little more work. You can watch a video I have though on how to take off the gas tank. And just don't strip the screws, because it's the worst. Push up really hard. Oh yeah, before I do that, let me take off this hose back here. Yeah, okay. Alright, now I'm gonna loosen these. The Petcock will fall right out. People go way too fast through this alley, it's retarded. Come on. Okay. right. Yeah, so there was really like no gas, which is great. So if you drain that out with Prime, it'll be good. Okay, now this is the old one. I'm gonna wipe off the seal, pop in the new one, and we'll be good. Okay, if you're wondering, this is just a cotton piece of t-shirt that I wrapped around because it was leaking real bad right there. So what I'm gonna do is take off this old hose and transfer it onto the new one. So loosen that. Oh shit. That just popped off right there. Shouldn't do that. Okay, so we're gonna keep that hose. Here's the new one. Look at the difference here. But yeah, it's exactly the same. Always want to match up the parts to make sure they are exactly the same. Right on here. Slide up the little grabber holder mechanism, whatever this thing is called. I don't exactly remember. And we'll be good to put on the new one. The O-ring is already on there. Make sure you clean off underneath the tank where the seal is going to be. Wipe that off, make sure it's nice and clean because you don't want a leak in there. Alright. Man, see, this is just a weird angle. If you feel like taking the tank off, a little extra work just to make it more comfortable, definitely do that because this is a little pain in the butt. Alright, so slide it up in there. Have your screws ready. Slide it right up in there. And you're just gonna line it up and twist it in. That's about it, guys. Just tighten it up, insert the tube, and you'll be good to go. Don't go crazy tight with it. Go tight where you feel like it's snug, but you don't want to strip the screws. Yeah, go nice and tight, but like I said, not crazy. That should be good. Okay, now connect the vacuum hose back here. And this also has one of those squeeze clamps. Put that on the hose first. Put it onto your carburetor feed. There we go. Okay, and that's how you install the new Petcock on the Eliminator. I just put gas in the tank, fill it up pretty much all the way, and it's not leaking, so that's a good sign. Looks good. Turn it to, I'm just gonna get the gas flowing, so turn it to prime. Turn your ignition on, and let's see if it starts up. Oh yeah. And then just turn that back to on. Turn the choke down, turn it up a little bit. So yeah, you can see the arrow right there. So on is going to be the longer way covering it. No more leaks. No more leaks, awesome.